Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a look at, I believe this is an Atari 2600, so I got like 5 of them in a lot. Absolutely no idea what's going on with them. I think they were actually untested. This is the physically best looking one, so it has all its buttons and ports and all that. Some of them are missing various things. This is going to be a backwards video because I have a power supply, but I don't have a way to connect my this is the AV port, in case if you don't know. This connects, I guess, via coaxial, which I don't have an adapter yet. I also don't have a game, so I can't. Apparently, if I turn this on with no game, nothing's going to happen. So I have absolutely no way to tell if this works. But from what I've read, these consoles need a bit of restoration internally, since they're like ancient. You gotta do some work to keep them going. So that's what I want to do today. I purchased all the parts needed from console 5, and I purchased a lot of them, but this is the entire I guess recap kit needed, and I'm just going to follow what you should be doing to keep these guys going. We'll restore the internals, I suppose, and then I guess we'll turn it on and see if it works in the end. Hopefully by then my coaxial cable and my games will come in. And hopefully by the end of this we'll have a working Atari 2600, or if this was working and I didn't know, a Atari 2600 that'll last even longer, I suppose. So yeah, let's take it apart and see what's going on the inside, because I don't know how these look, don't know how they work, any of that stuff, so this will be a interesting one.
And while we do that, I would like to say thank you to today's sponsor, PCBWay, the premier destination for top quality printed circuit boards. In a short span, PCBWay has become the go-to choice for seamless online ordering, rapid prototyping, and unparalleled customization. From hobbyists like myself to industry leaders, PCBWay has earned the trust through its commitment to precision and reliability. Cutting-edge technology and a skilled team ensure that every PCB meets the highest standards. Beyond circuits, PCBWay fosters a vibrant community of creators, turning ideas into reality. Join the innovation wave with PCBWay, where quality meets ingenuity.
Wow, so that was really easy to take apart. Basically it was just four of these screws, and I mean, look at the difference of these. So this is like an Atari 2600 screw, right? It's just 4 of those, and like this is what a PS3 has on the outside to hold the case in. This is what a 360 has, and like you have all these screws, and then for a Atari you just have 4 screws, and this is the motherboard. I didn't know it was gonna fall out like that. I guess it was made on December 21st, 1981, or it was serviced. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that. Yeah, so I mean, I know nothing about these. I'm guessing there are things on here we need to change, right? I think one of them is like this. I don't know. We'll figure it out together. But wow, so small. Also doesn't seem very complex at all. As you see, all of these guys still work. Interesting that for the video it's literally a port on the motherboard that it's a cable. Then you plug it into your TV, power, game controller ports, and all these switches still work. So very interesting, very interesting. Probably gonna lower my heat on my soldering iron and stuff, because I don't know how much these boards will handle high temps. So yeah, let's keep going. Okay, so it looks like this will be everything that I need. So we got the Atari 2600 refresh kit, which has, I'm guessing, everything you need for a base recap. I also got the 4050 static protection mod for the Zener diodes. I got the 820pf 50 volt styrene audio capacitor. I got some RF port jacks for this guy, I believe, and I got a bunch of foam dust covers, which are for these guys. So I guess first I'm going to start off with the basic recap kit. I've never done an Atari 2600, so this will be news to me. And it looks like I'm replacing this guy, this big ol' one over here. I think I'm replacing a few other ones somewhere around here. I know this gotta go. stuff like that. So I'm just gonna start. I guess I'm gonna just follow the guide and go down the electrolytic capacitor list and replace those to begin with. So wish me luck, I suppose. Okay, camera died on me, but I finished up everything, so everything's put back together, well, soldered. This was the last thing, and then I took off the shell, and I had to replace this cap right here. On the other side, I did, I forgot what it's for video, so it's pin 6 and 9. You add a, 82 ohm, 82 PF resistor, and it improves video signal, I believe. I'm just following everything from the guide, so yeah. I also cleaned it up. Apparently this and this wasn't needed because I'm on a, I guess I'm on a 2600A. I didn't know the difference. I thought this was a 20, I thought they were all 2600s, but yeah, those are all the parts. So from here, I'm just gonna slap her back together, and we're gonna have to wait until the correct AV connection comes in a game. And once those come in, hopefully we'll turn on and it'll work perfectly fine. So see you when that happens. Alrighty, so we have everything put back all together. So this is it in its final form. I got my little coax to RF, I think it is. So fuzzy now, but it should work. I also got a copy of Berserk. Was the only thing available on Amazon that come in a reasonable amount of time. So I think if we insert that like that, and then we press, I gotta plug in my power first. So if we plug in power, set to channel 3, and I hit on, we'll get that. Yeah, so it seems like it works if I do color black and white and we game reset. The color also switches. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's this weird sound. I think it's more so to do with my TV than it is the console. So yeah, it seems to be working fine. If I switch to color, then I hit game reset, it'll restart. So yeah, everything seems to be working. Looks like we did it. I have no idea if it worked before or if it works now, but yeah, pretty cool. Pretty interesting. Not a lot to work with, but very different. Takes a lot more time to swap out those parts. Weirdly enough, even though you would think like a PS3 would take longer. Maybe it's because I've done so many of them. This is my first one, but yeah, that's what it's like recapping and restoring an Atari 2600. If you found this useful or interesting, leave a comment down below. As always, I guess you can like, comment, subscribe, ask questions. I don't know much about these, but I'll try my best. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya. I can't fall to sleep, my mind just keeps